On May 2, 2003, the City of Solana Beach and the Solana Beach Civic and Historical Society celebrated the completion of the replanting of Torrey pines trees moved to permit the lowering of the train tracks for the grade separation project with the dedication of a plaque. The dedication ceremonies began with Gloria Jones, president of the Civic and Historical Society, paying tribute to those who helped beautify Billboard Alley.
Thank you for being here to pay tribute to a handful of people who long ago undertook to replace Billboard Alley with a beautiful community seaside park. It's appropriate that the Boy Scouts in Solana Beach start this event because Boy Scouts helped plant all the original trees, the grove of Torrey pines, and they helped to raise the money. It's a pleasure to introduce Troop 782. This is Michael Powell, who will issue the call.
Thank you, Gloria. All rise. Color guards, advance. Color guards, halt. Please post the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Celine Olson, former mayor of Solana Beach, discussed the history of Billboard Alley that led to the project.
This day has been a long time coming. Since in the 50s and 60s, the very spot on which we stand was part of what was known locally as Billboard Alley, one of the ugliest spots along the California coastline. The Solana Beach Women's Civic Club took notice and offense at what was happening to their town. No high-price studies were done, nor were any consultants consulted. And miracles were done on a shoestring by these women and with the help of their husbands.
Jim Nelson of the Civic and Historical Society discussed in detail the many challenges faced in completing the project, and he also thanked local leaders, businesses, and citizens who contributed to the process.
It's been a fascinating process. As I told you, we seem to run down and run into dead ends, but the people of Solana Beach rose to the challenge. They were able to see the vision that Wenetta Child saw and said, hey, we can do something great here. And it's been a great process, and I'm just so proud of the city of Solana Beach, the way they rose to the challenge and all the people who were involved. So again, it's been my privilege to work on it, and I'm just delighted.
County Supervisor Pam Slater emphasized the local community's involvement in the fate and direction of their city, and she added,
the main impression that I was getting as I was sitting listening to those very, very important narratives is there are a couple of things that come out of them. Number one, that the people of this area are the ones that determine what they want to see for this area. And I think if you look at the beach towns of especially Del Mar, Solana Beach, and Encinitas, you will find that all of them retain a unique character that is all their own, that may change and evolve, but remains really the key elements remain of the city and the community that started it. And it's because of the involvement and frankly, the stubbornness of the people who are there that will not allow themselves to be run roughshod over. And that is what I really think you all owe yourselves a hand on that, and I'm going to get it started for you right now. And the other thing that comes through that I think is remarkable is the history of fighting these large outside organizations that do want to run roughshod, and that includes the railroads and other industrial groups that only see opportunity, but they don't see community and they don't see human faces. So it's with that kind of community leadership that we are able to retain our character while getting the benefits of some of those same corporations and larger outside organizations. Now, if you look at this and you think about what we have now with these gorgeous flowers blooming, the railroad down below where it is neither seen nor heard for the most part, but still available, which is great. And this being a park for everyone that will then complement the businesses, I think it's just absolutely remarkable. And I'd like to say that the city of Solana Beach and the leaders really deserve the credit for doing that. And I also would like to say that as we move forward, Solana Beach is the first city along the rail trail, even though they were not, quote unquote, the lead city. Carlsbad was. They're the first city that's going to have this rail trail, and I think that's wonderful. And anything that I can do to help, I know that we had an opportunity. There was some community enhancement money that we were able to direct $50,000 to finish a section of widening the road up ways from here. Anything that we can do to help, co-applying for grants with the city and helping in any other way, that's what we want to do to see this become a reality and to become a reality first.
Doug Sheres, former mayor of Solana Beach, next thanks Supervisor Slater and the county government for their generous contributions for helping the revitalization project. He went on to praise the community and local government collaboration in the project.
I'd like to briefly acknowledge Supervisor Slater for all that she's done to support our city's coastal rail trail and other Highway 101 related projects. Some of you may not know this, but in 2001 she provided $50,000 to assist in widening the coastal rail trail from Loma Santa Fe to Villa de la Valle. This year she allocated $10,000 to Solana Beach for various improvements near Highway 101, including the drought-tolerant landscaping surrounding Nikki de St. Phal, the star statue, which you're all familiar with over here at the train station. She provided money for beautifying lighting over the Loma Santa Fe Bridge and the welcome banners along Highway 101, which you can see across the highway. I also understand that our Public Art Advisory Committee intends to use some of these funds to paint a number of SDG&E utility cases along the highway. Today is a wonderful and historical day for Solana Beach, and I must tell you that I feel honored and privileged to be a part of it. The year 2002 marked the year that the trees originally planted by Wenetta and the Women's Club and adopted by the city were replanted. It was a year that truly reflected open dialogue, dedication, and hard work for all of us.
The ceremony concluded with Gloria Jones, president of the Civic and Historical Society, inviting those in attendance to view the plaque and enjoy the park.
This has been a treasured moment. This is a grove of trees standing tall, ushering in the start of something wonderful, our new Solana Beach coastal rail trail through the park. Thank you for coming.
Several invited guests, including Carol Childs, daughter of Wenetta Childs, gave their perspective on the dedication of the historical marker.
My mother, Wenetta Childs, was just honored along with a number of other people for the decades-long effort on the beautification of Billboard Alley. My mother, who is an artist, has made pieces for home and garden use, but her comment about the billboards and about trees, removing billboards, adding trees, is that there is nothing like the joy she experiences of seeing beauty in public places. And so that is her legacy to this city, the joy of beauty in public places.
The Women's Civic Club started a 12-year campaign to get rid of these billboards. This billboard stood exactly where I'm standing right now. And it took them 12 years, and they enlisted the help of a county commissioner by the name of Bill Craven, and finally got rid of all these billboards in 1971, and then started planting these trees. These trees were planted from 5-gallon buckets. They were 6 feet tall. They're now well over 30, some of them are over 35 feet. And they planted these trees, and there was no water. And so these ladies would come down on a Saturday with their husbands and kids and water the trees. I thought it was just such an inspirational story that when the trees got taken out for the lowering of the train tracks, I wanted to play a part in getting the trees replanted.
The plaque today is in honor of the work that the Women's Civic Club and Historical Society has done in the way of planting the area between Highway 101 and the railroad tracks.